laying the foundation where I am today. Dreaming big is important, but every dream starts with a foundation. These words reflect not just the essence of gardening but of personal growth itself. When I think about my journey, I realize how the seemingly simple act of planting a seed mirrors the milestones of life. Gardening has become so much more than a hobby to me. It's a form of introspection, an evolving lesson in patience, resilience, and hope. Today, I want to share where I am, what I've built, and how these gardens I nurture are shaping both my world and my inner self. Over the last 5 years, I've been walking a path of exploration, trial, and discovery. This journey, rooted in Pennsylvania, has grown into something larger. A system of small spaces that serve as laboratories, not just for growing plants but for cultivating ideas, abilities, and self-awareness. Each bed, each plant, each project has become a step along the winding road to a dream that feels massive yet completely within reach. Let me take you through it all. Every dream has a starting point, and for me, it begins in the quiet sanctuary of my grow room. Tucked inside this space is where I prepare for the months ahead. In winter, while the outside world is frozen and still, life in here is vibrant and alive. My grow room is packed with grow tents, trays, lights, and fertilizers, tools that transform potential into reality. But beyond the technical aspects, this is my laboratory of hope. Each seed I handle isn't just a tiny speck of life. It's an act of faith. I've come to realize that nurturing a seedling mirrors nurturing ourselves. Some plants need consistent warmth, while others thrive with a bit of struggle. Isn't that like us too? This space keeps me grounded, reminding me that growth, even in the harsh winter stages of life, is always possible. Here I experiment, refine techniques, and let my curiosity guide me. I play around with new crops, different soils, and various lights, always asking, how can I do better? How can I create a sustainable system not just for my garden, but for myself? Just a few miles from my grow room, a special project holds my heart. At my sister's daycare, I've worked to establish a garden, but what it's grown into is so much more than I could have imagined. At first, it started simply, raised beds filled with vegetables. But over time, it has evolved into a vibrant ecosystem, a green-stalk tower filled with herbs, a group of lively chickens pecking joyfully, and small hands eager to learn. Here, seeds turn into teachable moments, especially for the kids who rush to see what's growing. To them, gardening is magic, and I get to be the magician who shows them how the trick works. There's something powerful about guiding children to develop a connection to nature. As they watch plants grow, they see another side of life's cycle, the patience it requires, the care it demands, and the wonder it rewards. This garden teaches me, too. The joy of watching their faces light up when a sprout shoots up from the soil reminds me not to take the small victories for granted. Gardening is, after all, about celebrating progress in any form, whether it's a flourishing zucchini plant or the spark of curiosity in a child. For any gardening enthusiast, I'd say this: share what you know. Even if it's just showing someone how to pot a tomato plant, the act of sharing multiplies the value of what we do and brings our growth full circle. The third garden is a new chapter, both literally and symbolically. My mom's expanded property opened up fresh opportunities, a wide, open yard waiting to be transformed. Right now, the space is mostly untouched, but when I look at it, I see a canvas ready to hold something extraordinary. The plan? A harmonious mix of vegetables, colorful flowers, and maybe even a few fruit trees. This is perhaps the most introspective of my spaces, because what it truly represents is potential. It's a reminder of where I've come from and how far I've yet to go. Starting a new garden is a bit like starting a new chapter in life. It feels overwhelming at first. The churn of the soil, the mapping out of beds, the questions of what to plant and where. It's a mode of problem-solving that requires patience and mindfulness. My process involves stepping back, reflecting on the space, and dreaming of what it could be before diving into what it is. For now, it's a work in progress, but isn't that exactly what we all are? Each of us is working on our potential, adding layers to our dreams and planting ideas that will tend to over time. This garden embodies that journey for me. It's messy, unfinished, and full of room to grow, a perfect metaphor for life. When I pause and think about these spaces, the grow room, the daycare garden, and my mom's budding project, I see them as steps in a much larger journey. They're like puzzle pieces fitting together to create a bigger picture. For me, that picture is the dream of building a self-sustaining homestead in the desert someday. It's a dream that sounds far away, but I know every bed I plant, every mistake I make, and every seed I sow brings me closer to it. When I think about that future home, I don't just see a place. I see a life. One where I'm surrounded by thriving gardens, my hands covered in dirt, and my spirit at peace with the world I've built. This dream also reminds me of something I want to share with you. Gardening isn't just about the end result. It's about the process. It's about embracing the mistakes, adjusting to unexpected weather, and marveling at how you've grown, both as a gardener and as a person. The act of gardening teaches resilience, optimism, and humility in ways many other hobbies can't. As I stand among these different spaces, my heart feels full. Each project has taught me invaluable lessons, not just about gardening, but about life itself. Growth is seasonal. Just like plants, we go through seasons in life. Some are vibrant and full of energy, while others are quiet, subdued, and focused on rest. Recognizing and honoring these seasons is key to sustainable growth. The power of patience. Watching a seed germinate or a plant bear fruit doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that mirrors our need to take time with our own goals. Rushing often leads to burnout or poor results. 3. Start small, dream big. No matter the size of your garden or your dream, you can begin with what you have. Over time, those small steps build momentum, leading to something much larger and more meaningful. 4. Sustainability matters. Gardening has reinforced my commitment to sustainable choices, not just in the soil but in life. It's about finding systems and routines that nourish rather than deplete. As I finish up today's reflection, I feel more rooted than ever. Rooted in my passions, my progress, and the community I've built with all of you. This journey, like a garden, is constantly evolving, and there's so much more to explore. In the coming episodes, I'll take you deeper into the practical side of things. We'll talk about prepping garden beds, choosing crops that suit both your climate and your values, and setting up for a productive growing season. These steps might seem small, but they're what lay the foundation for the garden of your dreams, and the life of your dreams, too. So, whether you're tending a balcony garden or cultivating acres, remember that every seed is a chance to grow, and so are you. Let's keep planting, learning, and growing together. There's so much ahead, and I can't wait to share it with you.